Yo, as much as I'd love to scream yo in you guys' ears, I actually can't do that because it's 4 a.m. right now, which is prime time for solving some mysteries, if I do say so myself. So, this is Dupery from Steam. It's a whodunit roguelike where you solve mysteries and discern against deception. Let us begin. So if you don't know how this game works, it's kind of like Werewolf, where each card that you see here, or each door rather, has a different role as displayed up here. And you'll be able to know how many innocent roles there are and how many evil roles there are, but there are also some roles in between that kind of flip-flop. And essentially, there's going to be a lot of lying. I'm not going to show the intro because it's kind of long. For this particular board, we have one innocent, one underling. Underlings and traitors are both evil, innocent and meddlers are both good. If you arrest good, your reputation goes down. If you arrest bad, your reputation goes up. Every single evil card must be arrested and or killed before you're allowed to move on to the next case. Okay, so the mailman says, the priest lives in town. I've never heard of the therapist. So, how the mailman works. When investigated, I announced one in-play role, meaning one role that's actually here on the board, and one that is not in play, specifying which is which. So in this case, they're saying that the priest is in play, the therapist is not. However, the mobster will lie and pretend to be an in-play role. So this could potentially be a mobster pretending to be a mailman. And then there's the specter. I obscure one non-meddler role, hiding its name, appearance, and information. Numbers are not obscured. I lie and pretend to be a suspected role. So the specter, you'll see it, but it'll show like a redacted card. It'll just hide everything there. So the mailman says, priest lives here. We'll do 4. Therapist, I have 3 evil clients. Not possible. So we know that he's evil. We'll do 3 next. Okay, see, they're being spectered right now. I'm 2 steps away from the that's just a lie. We know that the closest evil is right here, so... Do you see the blue hand symbol? That signifies the role has a one-time ability and is willing to help us. Handy, nice. These are useful skills that you can choose to use whenever you want. Make sure to read what the ability is before jumping in. It's always useful to know what to expect. Okay, so we've got Tailor here. If we look at the Tailor, we will be able to pick 2 roles and announce if they're in the same alignment. However, again, if they're being forced to lie via being tainted or just lying, I will announce the opposite result of what is truthful. So firstly, we're going to open up 4. Says I'm the priest. He's saying it correctly as well. There's a mobster, so it could be lying. We'll look at 3. The tailor lives in town. I've never heard of the mathematician. Okay. So we know he's good and we know he's good, so I'll use it on these 2. Rule 3 and 4 are not the same alignment, so someone's lying here. And we know that it isn't you, because what you're saying is correct. So he's saying the tailor lives here. I've never heard of the mathematician. But that's true. Well, unless this is a mathematician. Wait. Odd. 2 tailors. One of them must be the mobster. Their ability will still work, but as they are a liar, the information they give will be incorrect. Oh, use abilities wisely, detective. They are often instrumental in solving cases. Okay. So, you're lying because they are in alignment. So meddlers are good and you cannot arrest them without losing reputation. Traitors are evil and they need to be dealt with. It kind of confusing that a critic is considered evil and you had to arrest your critics. Surgeon, on the 12th hour, I might kill an innocent role. When I'm lying or tainted, I never kill. So even though we can't arrest this guy, it's better that we solve the case before 12 or we'll have someone die. I don't think it'll go against our reputation, but I'd rather not have innocents die. And the vigilante will kill someone for us. We also have a weatherman. When investigated, I announced 3 addresses. One address leads to innocent, one leads to a meddler, one leads to an underling or a traitor. So we're gonna start off with number 3, Weatherman. The forecast today is 2, 4, and 6. We'll do 5, Vigilante. About 1. I have calculated the number 4. And I didn't really highlight, but the mathematician, when investigated, announces the sum of all evil roll addresses. So he's saying that the sum is 4, which would have to be, it would have to be him and 3, which can't be the case if he's innocent, so he just is lying. And he always says, when he's lying or tainted, he says a number that's either slightly higher or slightly lower. So since he's lying, he has to factor in. So we're either dealing with 3 or 5 as the amount of evil here. So we'll check 2. I'm the priest, that is correct, but we're dealing with a mobster, so this could be lying. We'll look at 4 afterwards. We're getting towards 12 hours. I don't want anyone dying. Okay, so he's lying. So we'll have Vigilante shoot this guy. Oh. Justice came to 4. Okay, yeah, so you're lying. Nice. Okay, so we are now done with the tutorial. Crime never sleeps, so I guess I won't either. Not while the syndicate continues to spread. I've got walk today. I just always resort back to being British. Of course, we're going to be going with the hard case. Let's get into this. We'll start over at 5. I will never forgive my partner. So the wife picks an innocent partner and when investigated announces their address. This means that a mistress is in play, but they're still next to their partner. I'm the priest. Okay, sure. Sure, bud, whatever. This is a fall guy right here. If there's a hound up here, it's gonna call him evil. I've calculated the number 21. There's only 2 evil, so that's just not true. We're gonna keep our eye on this guy. Skeptic number 4 is good. Skeptic works. When investigated, I announce one address and its alignment. If your reputation status is poor, I lose faith in you. So I guess you could be. Wait, let's pay attention here. Lies and pretends. I'm surrounding the wife's partner unless the wife is lying or tainted. I make the wife jealous. I lie and pretend to be a suspected role. So this could be a mistress. Mailman. The priest lives in town. I've never heard of the reporter. So he's corroborating the priest right now. The wife is also corroborating the priest. We're just not sure of this guy. We'll drop a little thing right here. What's 7 saying? Weatherman, the forecast today is 2, 4, and 5. Ooh, wait, that kind of changes things. An innocent, a meddler, and a liar. We know that the wife is innocent. She has to be. Which would make 4 either a meddler or a traitor, making 9 a liar. Or 7 could be a liar themselves. So we'll check out 2. They're being spectered. So we'll take a look at 4. Another weatherman. 2, 3, and 6. But we know these 2 are innocent because they're corroborating each other, which means you're lying. Okay. So this was the mistress, which means you're another liar. And no one can be forcing you to lie right now. You're just not good. Okay. 20 hours. Ooh, that's all right. We'll go for another hard one, of course. Okay, we're going in with a perfect score almost. All right, let's see how this checks itself out. Oh, we already have 2 uncovered. So, number 3 is the specter, you say. Number 3 is the specter, you also say. So it sounds to me like a copycat, because the copycat pretends to be a role that is in play, but they don't lie. This is probably my partner and a copycat. We'll take a look at 3. What do you say? Specters can specter themselves. Alright, we'll look at 7. Fall guy. Useless. Clock tower will ring from 19 to 20. Keep an eye on that. Okay, you're a dirty liar. So you could be Spectre making this guy lie, right? No, because no one, once again, no one can be forcing you two to lie. So this has to be a partner and a copycat. And since you were wrong, is it just you two? I'm not too confident yet. Number is 18. This is 8 and 3. So either I'm wrong or you're another liar. They're both accusing 3. Nothing here could work with 3. But you can only lie about it being slightly higher or slightly lower. Meaning that it can't be too far off from 18. It's either 17 or 19. The sum of all evil role addresses, but you think the fall guy is evil. Oh, okay. So that means they're counting 7 in this equation. So they're doing 3, 7. Yeah, so it sounds to me like it's just you two. Okay. Wait, that was actually really good. Alright, we'll take another hard one. Look at how fast we're going. Wait, I'm cracked. I'll try to go with no arrests, since it seems like I'm pretty good at this game. Private Eye. On the 10th hour, I announced the address of an uninvestigated underling if possible. When there are no uninvestigated underling roles, I will announce I got nothing. When I'm lying or tainted, I announce the address of a non-underling role. So you're just a liar if you're lying. Cool. Number 1 is good, says the skeptic. My partner says 11 is priest. Let's see if that's the case. Alright, so you're lying for some reason. You're definitely evil. Oh, wait a second. Let me take a look at the partner, actually. I announced the address and corresponding identity of an uninvestigated role. Because if you were innocent, you wouldn't be saying this. So you're lying and there's no priest. The Bloodhound lives in town. I've never met or heard of the copycat. Oh, so you guys... Okay, so the Spectre can't pretend to be a meddler, but the mobster can. So the mobster and the mistress could be either you two. The copycat doesn't pretend to be a good role, so this is not copycat. One of you are lying. And then you're lying. Wife, I will never forgive my partner. So there is a mistress. And the mistress has to be next to the wife's... Or they have to be around the wife's partner. Spectered. Okay. That's really not good. Let's look at this one. Milkman. Oh my gosh, these guys are not giving information. Right, after 24 hours, the milkman becomes evil. So we kind of have a time frame here. Alright, let me break it down. One of you are lying. The mailman is going to become evil after a bit. The partner is lying. I think I should look at 12. Reporter, I'm one step away from the closest evil. That checks out because you think the fall guy is evil. Does the reporter ever say if they're next to 2 evil? No, so it could still be both of them. I think. It doesn't confirm. Let's take a look at 4. The forecast today is 8, 10, and 11. 8, you. 10, you, and 11. That could actually work. Because you always think this guy's evil. Wait a second. You always think this is a meddler. And you always think this is an innocent, but I can't tell what they are. Oh, there's 3 evil. I have to guess them right now. Or the milkman's gonna kill someone. No, the milkman will kill someone. Crap, okay. I'm 2 steps away from the closest evil. Well, you're lying. The milkman's gonna kill someone, so you're evil. You're evil now. Oh, I didn't wait long enough. I'm not gonna count that as me killing an innocent. He's literally evil now. Whatever. Right, so you're lying. And since you're lying, that means that this is the evil youngster. I died for that? Wait, I thought the copycat only copies good roles. I pretend to be a good role. Oh, youngster is still good. Oh, that's my fault. It was you. It was the specter. And then we knew that the mistress was lying. Oh, that was... Oh, if it wasn't a youngster, I definitely could have... Okay. Dang! We'll go back in while starting from 0. This is the roguelike element because each case is different. We'll go in again and try and make it to 100, of course. Okay, so we've got 8 innocents, 2 underlings, 1 meddler. Okay, partner says number 5 is the private eye. Let's see if that's true. Alrighty. If you were lying, then you'd be lying, so we know that's true. I have painted a partner. What does artist do? Okay, so it sounds to me like you're lying because the partner is corroborated right now. Yeah, so you're lying. Or... No, because when you're lying, you can't lie about a lying guy because then you're telling the truth. Right? Wait. I'll never forgive my partners, so one of you are innocent. Let's see which one. Weatherman lives in town, never heard of a bloodhound. Alright. You guys are directly contradicting each other. Has to be one of you two. Private eye. What do you actually do? If you're lying, you guys would both have to be lying, which doesn't make sense because one of you are lying, unless there's a copycat here. No, because the copycat still tells the truth. Oh, I guess they're not exactly lying right now. Okay, let's look at 11. Points north. So the mailman says no bloodhound. Private Eye says 11 is an underling. Meaning you're telling the truth, which would imply you are also telling the truth. Meaning that you two are both lying right now. And then this could just be copycat business. We'll look at 4. I've painted a bloodhound. Brother. There's only 2 evil. So if you're lying... I like how they highlight like what each card is emphasizing. Oh, wait a sec. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is breaking my brain right now. So artists, you're saying this guy's evil. Or if you're lying, you're saying this guy's good. But if you're lying and this guy's good, then he's lying, which would mean he's also lying. So that can't be the case because we only have 2 liars here. Unless there's 2 partners and I've been following a copycat. But then how are there 2 of you? Wow, my brain hurts. Okay, the forecast is 5, 9, and 10. 5, 9, 10. Wait a second. Innocent. Meddler. Liar. Okay. Okay. And since you were a fake artist, that means you're a good artist. Meaning that you're evil. Yo, I was locked in right there. Doing well this time around. Number 8 is the mathematician. Let's see if that's right. Okay. I've calculated the number 12, which would imply it's got to be like 7, 5 or something. Or like, it could be like slightly off. So we'll do 5. You're lying. Okay. But we have a barkeep, which can make someone a drunkard. And the drunkard lies and pretends to be a good player. That's not here. So we'll look at 7 next. I love number 5. What? Okay, so this means there's no mistress, but you're still lying because you're not next to 5. Which would check out. Is it just the 2 of you? But the drunk lies and pretends to be a good role. So this could be... So there is a mistress. So it would make sense for you to be the mistress. This to be the wife's husband. And then up here or something is our barkeep. The forecast today is 2, 3, and 9. 2, 3, 9. That's too high of a number. Wait, no. I keep forgetting how this roll works. They would be saying 3. No, 9 has to be innocent because we know he is. 3 would be our copycat. 2 would be evil. Okay, so assuming, because we know there's a mistress, because the copycat never lies. So let's say you're the copycat. Okay, you're the mistress right here. Wait, does that even work? No, right? Because the wife has to be next to her partner. So it'd be you're evil, you're meddler, you're good. We know the partner's good. So this is copycat right here. The copycat has to be a role that's in play, but the wife has to be adjacent to her partner, meaning, oh, okay, this is wife, this is evil, partner's good, this is copycat, this is mistress. Or no, this has to be mistress, because mistress needs to be nearby the partner. So you're mistress, you are barkeep, right? And you're making someone a drunkard. Well, let's just check it first. I've calculated the number 12. Okay, well, you're both telling the truth right now. So you'd have to be saying this is copycat, this is killer, and then this could be wife right here. So you'd be mistress, you would be barkeep, I believe. Youngster. Okay, we'll just open the last door. Number 1 is good. Okay, so these 4 are 1000% good. Let me just... Right. So we know you 4 are good. This is a fake mathematician, but they're telling the truth, which makes them a copycat. So you're the copycat, you're the murderer, you're good, meaning you 2 are evil. No, that's the real wife. Okay. My brain hurts, but it is you, right? Yeah, okay, this is our mistress. Or could he have turned a copycat into a drunkard? Oh my gosh. He did! Oh no, he made number 1 a drunkard. I pretended to be a weather mask. Oh, this was a fake weather report. That's why it wasn't this wife and it was this one. I forgot about that. Okay. We did arrest an innocent though, but since I already lost, I'm not going to count that against myself. Alrighty. Let's get this started. No partners right now. There's also no surgeons, so we should be good. There's a clock tower. Points east, so we're accusing these 2 over here. What's a scoundrel? I cannot die or be arrested unless I am the only unarrested and alive evil. So scoundrel always has to be last. Youngster right here. Mathematician. I've calculated the number 13. So one of you are lying. Let's look at 10. I'm 2 steps from the closest evil. So you're accusing mathematician, and so are you. These are awful arrows. I can never be a Khan Academy professor, I tell you what. The clock will ring from 24 to 23. Alright, we'll just keep note of that. Look at 4 real quick. Fall guy. So, I'm pretty confident this mathematician here is lying. Clockmaker lives in town. I've never heard of the mobster. That could be true. There's only 2 underlings. Con man. I pretend to be an in-play role. When I'm arrested, I'm not revealed. Oh my gosh, conman and scoundrel is like the worst combination ever. But we're pretty sure that you're one of them. Let's look at 1 real quick. This is our scoundrel, so it could be conman scoundrel. Does conman lie? He pretends to be an in-play role, but he doesn't lie. And since that's nowhere near 13, this isn't our con man, but it is a liar. This might be... What could this be? This could be drunkard. But drunkard can only exist... Oh no, we can just have a drunkard. Yeah, it could be... No, because we have youngster and fall guy. So there is no drunkard. Why is this mathematician lying? Okay, I guess we'll just keep an eye on that. I've calculated the number 13. He's also corroborating this. Okay, this is interesting. You 1000% need to be evil. because everyone's calling you evil. But what would cause you to copy him? Taylor, okay. Well, can you investigate these two for me? They're in the same alignment. What? Okay. It has to be. It has to be. Wait, I'm confused. Why did he lie though? Let me look at this summary. I pretended to be a mathematician. Okay, right. The number isn't 13. Oh, they include the fall guy. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm actually sorry about that. Yeah. Goodness. Oh, look at our percent. Go for the next hard. It's Bloodhound points east. Let's look at you. I'm 3 steps away from the closest evil. 1, 2, 3. You're accusing you. Or number 4. That doesn't make too much sense because if this guy was accusing you, you'd know he was evil. Unless this is a drunkard / copycat. So you're potentially drunk, you're potentially evil. Let's look at 2. Being obscured. 1, 6, and 9. Pretty bad obscuring because I can still tell that this is our weatherman. You're saying 1, 6, 9. It would make sense then that you're evil, 1 is good, you're like neutral, I guess. Stalkers shouldn't be coming up as evil. Okay, so we know it's a youngster. So you're a meddler, you're a liar, you're good. We're gonna put this on you then. 9 is good, so we can look to them for info. I'll never forgive my partner. Okay, so you're the mistress. You're probably just like a priest or something. Meaning our next evil is most likely this guy. Sniffs, meaning that there's no evil nearby. Well, yeah, this makes no sense because if you're a good guy and you see no evil, that makes sense for this column, makes sense for this column. Meaning this is a legitimate wife. And I can't trust this guy. This is all assuming this bloodhound is correct. Then this bloodhound is a liar and it's not this reporter. However, if that was the case, this reporter would be either pointing at this bloodhound, if it's a liar, that's evil. This rule, because it'd be evil. And then, like, it can't be these two, right? Because if you're a good guy, you're evil, you're lying, this guy's good. So you would have to either be pointing at this bloodhound or this card right here. Because, and I'm bringing this out right now, if these two down here are both innocent, they're not closest to you. If this guy is evil, he's closest to you, which is 2 spaces. But if he's also innocent, and then we still need 2 evils, meaning that it would have to be both these guys on a team. But in that case, your closest evil is 2 away. So no matter what, you're a dirty liar. And I'm killing you. Right, which means this is your husband over here. This bloodhound is telling the truth. This bloodhound was also telling the truth. Okay, which means you're a copycat, right? Yeah, get out of here, dude. Let's go. Alrighty, we only have one last case. A very hard case. You know, I gotta do it. Okay, this is for all the marbles, which is good timing because we're approaching an hour of recording. Reporter, I'm 3 steps away from the closest evil. You're accusing 3, 5, 7, 10. Alright, I'm not going to touch any of those. That's way too many options. Mailman, the private eye lives in town. I've never heard of barkeep. That's very unlikely. In fact, you're probably the one who's being made to be a drunkard. But the drunkard lies, which would make sense. Let's look at you. Calculated the number 34 in it. which means that our fall guy has a pretty high number. He's likely right here, which would make sense because the reporter accounts for fall guy in there. No, youngster. You're a skeptic. Number 2 is good. Okay, so number 2 is telling the truth. 11 is cooperating them. And the reporter doesn't sniff them out. So we'll do that really quickly. We'll take a look at 12. I've calculated the number 38. One of you is lying. Since you're not saying the same thing, this isn't like a... Oh, we don't have a copycat to begin with. But either way, this is still good because if this one is lying, then our number can be 33 or 35. If this one's lying, our number can be 39 or 37. But looking at the amount of cards we have here, that just immediately tells us that our numbers have to be big. So it could be 10 down here, 9, and then either of these two. But since you're all like triangle of trusting right now, we'll just put you for right now. That only puts us to 31 though. Oh, wait. That's troublesome. That means that... Wait, what? No. Because you account for the fall guy. Right. I almost fell for that twice. Okay, so this is still correct. Which means our fall guy has to be like around here, 5, 6, or 4. We'll do 5 because that's what the reporter is saying. You're obscured, are you? That's very convenient. Let's look at 6. Oh, I just almost arrested him. Let's look at 6. Okay, there's our fall guy. Meaning fall guy adds 6 to the total. If this was 10, 9... Wait, 4 underlings? I didn't look at the side here. I'm sure someone was yelling at their screen. 4 underlings. That means I can't use that logic anymore. There's way too many variables. Let's take a look at 3. You're the scoundrel. Okay, so we know that it's 9 right here. That's half of our total. We'll do 9. And we'll delete this stuff just to keep it looking nice and neat. Or, you know what, we'll delete it off of who we know it isn't. We know that's not youngster. Okay, right. So we have scoundrel and fall guy. These guys are adding 9 to either of these totals. And we know that one of these are either bar kept or just lying. So we'll take a look at 10. Vigilante, and since I can use him, I believe that means he's telling the truth. Take a look at 4. The drunkard lives in town. I've never heard of the therapist. Well, I can assure you, sir, there is no therapist here, but that contradicts you. The private eye lives in town. I've never heard of the barkeep. Oh, well, we knew you were lying. Of course there was a barkeep here. So, and just quickly put a line through everyone who's lying. Either one of you two are lying. So let me just try and remember. Are you a wife? Okay, let me think about this. Drunkard lives in town, never heard of a therapist. So there is a drunk here. Drunk lies and pretends to be good. So it's likely that one of these are our drunk. Either 9 or 12. So that would mean, let's just assume that it's 9 right now. That's 9, 8, 17 plus our 9 over here. That becomes 26. Or, you know, I'll clear the vigilante because we have a suspect in 3. We know that scoundrel is evil. So, I mean, we don't really need this anymore then, because, I mean, he's clearly evil. So 9 with 3 and 6. Over here, if we did 9 and 8, 17, that's 26 total, which is nowhere near. However, if it was this mathematician that's lying, that's 29 we have off rip. So assuming we have 29 with the scoundrel, the fall guy, this mathematician, and this mailman, then we'd need 5 to get us to 34. Oh my gosh, guys. Dude, I'm expert detective, what can I say? Ooh, there's a final case? Alright, I'm hype. Alright, so we have our first poisoner. And bad cop. So if we have a bad cop, there is a good cop. Let's look at you, good cop. Brother! What does a good cop do? So the good cop converts someone's alignment, while the bad cop just pretends to be the good cop. I don't think I'm going to use that ability. Researcher. Okay, so this guy tells me if they're innocent or bad, so I'll just have you check this guy real quick. Okay, so this is our good cop. Gossip. I hear that that a strange guy in town has 2 neighbors. So what, you're just sussing half the board? What a garbage gossip. When investigated, I announced the number of surrounding neighbors an evil role has. When I'm lying, I say a random number that no evil has. Heard that a strange guy in town has 3 neighbors, which is more helpful because that means that it has to be either 7, 9, or 10. Or 5, I guess. Ooh, that could be. Because gossip doesn't actually know if this guy's evil or not. We know that this guy's lying. We know that this guy's lying. Well, he's not lying, he's fall guy. Yeah, we know you're a liar. Weatherman, the forecast today is 1, 2, 4. So, well, this could be a copycat instead of a evil guy. Because that would mean 2 is good, you're the meddler. Let's look at 4. Another researcher. What do you say about the fall guy? 5 is not innocent. Which is true. So if you were lying, you would say he's innocent, meaning this is a false researcher and this is a bad cop. So we have 3 underlings here. This is 1 evil, 2 evil, fall guy. I heard that strange guy has 2 neighbors. So you're also lying though. But you could be copycat or drunkard. So we'll look at 7. Number 3 is an underling. We'll see about that. I can't see what that says. 3 steps away from the closest evil. So you're either accusing Private Eye or this guy, who we know to be evil. Alright, what's 9 gotta say? The good cop, of course. Oh, brother. So, we know that 6 and 2 are both evil. Because this researcher is saying that 5 is not innocent. we can move this for right now. So 2 and 6 are both evil. We know that. I'll just dash them. This gossiper is saying a strange guy in town has 3 neighbors. We know that's a lie because no one has 3 neighbors. So this gossiper is also a liar. Only problem with that being that this could be a copycat. No, because copycat gives good information. They just give it twice. So you can't be a copycat, but you can be drunk. So for now, we'll just kill this researcher because we know he's lying. Oh, it's a copycat. That nuked my reputation. Brother. Wait. I thought copycats can't lie. When a role is pretending to be another role, it appears as that role when investigating, and unless they are lying, will do everything as that role would do. So was he a lying copycat, or is someone making him lie? Oh my gosh. Oh mine gosh. Mine. So this makes things a lot harder actually. So since you are a copycat, you're most likely lying. This could still be evil. I'll get rid of this for now. We know that this isn't a copycat, so this guy's just lying. So this reporter says that he's 3 steps away from the closest evil. No, that's false. Because you're right next to a fall guy. Which means Private Eye is telling the truth. It has to be reporter right now. It has to be. It just is. Okay. Now, who did you poison? One, 2, 4. 4 is good. Meaning you're saying 1 is evil, which would make sense. 2 is a meddler. Are you who they poisoned? Or are you who they poisoned and you're the liar? What if I do this? I befriended number 5? What does that mean? Duh, they said the same thing. Alright, since we know that 4 is good, what does gossiper count as? This has to be the evil and they're making the gossiper lie. They're making the gossiper into a drunkard. It has to be. Brother, no. No. The con man. No, the critic, dude. Oh, that's why I lost so much reputation. Others treat your reputation status as poor. I lie and pretend to be suspected. But why did you lie? Oh, well, I guess you didn't lie. Yeah, you didn't lie. Okay, you know what? We're gonna get back to this final case, but this time I'm not gonna lose. It is a new day and I'm back to finish this. Let's get this done. Priest. He seems to be telling the truth. Vigilante. Let's check out 1. We don't want a sniper getting away. Youngster. Maybe our sniper's over here. Calculated the number 12. We have, oh, let me look at this. 1 traitor, 2 underlings, 2 meddlers. Where's this sniper at? You love number 4. So this could be true and maybe there's just no mistress. Oh my gosh. So is this the sniper? Number 5 is good. Well, you're lying. That's our critic. Forecast today is number 7, 8, and 9. So Vigilante's good. Are you calling this priest a liar? And then this a copycat? A stalker. How does stalker work? I pretend to be their appearance. I might kill them. I'm not lying or tainted. The information I give when pretending will always be correct. Ooh. Now you're saying 2, 7, and 9. So was he legitimate? You died. Meaning our sniper is on a rampage. Oh wait, I'm adjacent to the clock tower? Oh. I didn't know that part. So we have 2 done. No, 1 underling, 1 traitor. You were a stalker. I'm pretty sure you were telling the truth. Oh, wait. I missed two. So this is a real wife. This was a real dude. And since this was a real dude, it means there's no mistress. And he was saying 789. You're good. You're a liar. What was going on with you? No, you can't be evil because you're saying the right thing. You said 789, so I guess there's only one vigilante. Conman pretends to be an in-play role, so no one can lie about being vigilante because they all have to be in play. No, not the barkeep actually. Abilities used will function incorrectly, so I suppose it could be true that you're lying about 2 being clear, but then that would be your role working properly. Unless it is you whose role is not working properly. But in that case, you said 789 for no reason. Which still wouldn't track. Is it just you? No, that was a real stalker. Okay. You said 5 is good. Right, we know you 3. There's just one more liar. Let me not throw. You're saying the right thing. It's between the vigilante who just said that they can't kill the evil guy, or this is just a fake wife. If the selected role is evil, I kill them, otherwise nothing happens. I can target myself with my ability. When I'm lying or tainted, I always miss. I did it. Dude, I did it. If you enjoyed, please wishlist the game. It helps out a ton. And if you found any bugs or have any feedback, please let us know. Guys, I'm gonna let you know right now. This was a very well-made game. It was super fun too. I highly suggest anyone who likes these types of games just goes ahead and gets it. I absolutely will be wishlisting it. This is like a 5 out of 5 game right here. And the best part is that they're still updating it, I believe. For example, if you come over here, yeah, next set in 1 day. So they add different rules each set, I believe. And they also plan to have a bunch more rules added to the game when it actually comes out. So once again, great game. I mean, the soundtrack is beautiful. The art style is really well done. It's just really good. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I have enjoyed this game. If you feel up to it, you know, like, subscribe, hype if you'd like, and see you next time.